kunjani?
Siyaphila.
Ngiyaphila, keep going baba, all right?
Right.
Ngiyafuna ukuthi konje umyeketsi isibongo sakho akabani ngoba ngasi nje ukuthi umyeketsi keep going. I don't know, noma keep going isibongo noma islogan noma isiqubulo bingelele ekhaya bese ke uyasitshela nje ukuthi ubani umyeketsi namhlanje kuseni.
Yeah, sanibona balaleli wherever you are.
Yes.
My name is Moeketsi.
Okay.
Waga Mazibuko.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Normally when I speak to people, I say to them, I'm supposed to be, a Zulu person who's very fluent in the language.
Ngifuna ukuya lapha ukuthi kodwa uzwakala kwangathi khona nje ubusuthu upedi lapha kathi elimini lakho.
Yes.
But the name.
Yes.
Again, yeah.
I was born in the Eastern Free State,
okay.
In a place called Qwaqwa.
All right.
So that's basically where I was born, and obviously the people there are Sotho speaking. Yeah. So I grew up speaking Sotho, and then that's why I'm good in Sotho than I am in
okay.
Zulu. Yes.
No worries. Yes, wathini singabantu bakamoya. I mean, South Africa, it's 11 languages.
Yes,
so mangabe uphila la kufanele nje ubamba bambi kube khona kwaziyo la. So Moeketsi siyabonga sekwamkela mfowethu.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, ubusazichaza ukuthi uvela you were born in Qwaqwa. Just nje a brief description ukuthi uhlele ekhaya akwazi ukuba nayo le feel.
Yes, I was actually born in Qwaqwa, the rural Eastern Free State.
Okay.
And I must say that we were born under tremendous poverty.
Okay.
We were one of those children who were not really having it easy.
Okay.
As we were growing up. And fortunately for me, despite the situation and the hardships that I'd faced as a young man,
yes,
there's only one thing that I did, to be where I am today. I simply just kept going. So basically, that's where keep going is coming from. Keep going to other people, maybe too overused words, mundane, with no meaning. But for me, keep going is a story. It's a story of my life. It's a story of success. It is a story of resilience. It's a story of commitment to the cause, and the story of success. Against all odds. I am of the belief that if I had not been through what I'd been through as a young man,
yes,
keep going would not have been published,
awesome.
As a book.
Awesome.
And the keep going clothing and everything that comes with it would not have been there.
Wow.
So it is for a reason that we go through what we go through.
Oh yeah, yes. Well said. Izwakala kahle. So keep going. Kunencwadi sesikutholile and kune disc as well.
Yes, the disc is basically keep running.
I know. So yasibalekela.
So yeah, the CD is basically keep running. It's very much part of keep going, and you know that if you cannot go, you run. If you can't go, if you can't run, you go. So it's they're all part of motivation. Exactly. Yes, you must act.
Nice one. Manje ke Moeketsi ngicela ukuthi nje sithi ukujika ngapha kancane bese ke siyabuya futhi siyakhuluma futhi kabanzi. Ngifuna ukuthi sikwazi kuyihlanganisa le ndaba ukuthi wena umuntu omusha ihlangana kanjani indaba yokuba umbhali noNkulunkulu. Asisho nje kanjalo, asenze kanje njengamanje. Siyabuya khona manje. Breaking ngibuzile ukuthi ukuhlanganisa kanjani ukuba umbhali noNkulunkulu.
The good thing about me is that in the midst of the struggles that I've been through, as a young man in Free State, and those who know me that I've grew up with actually know how hard it was. I think I was 17, or so at the time when I felt lost. There was a time where I felt like giving up. In fact, there was a time where I felt like, killing myself because I could not understand why we had to go through so much suffering as a family, where you'd be all alone, and on top of all the suffering that's there, your father sort of just disappears and leaves you with your mother who happens to be sick, and so on and so on. And I must say that it was in God that I found refuge. You know, I remember there was a young man in Kwako who came to me and said to me, "Listen, I think you're a very talented young man. You know, and I don't like the way you live your life now because this is worth mentioning because as a young man I also had been in drugs. I also had been in alcohol. I'd been you know looking looking to fit in, you know, in certain groups of people, you know, to find meaning. So this young man came to me and said, "You're looking for answers everywhere, but in as far as I know that I know that Christ is the only answer, and I think if you can come to God, your problems would be simplified." And that's where I met God. That's where I actually got born again. And it was I was 17 years old.
Wow.
You know, as I'm saying, and my path with God started there.
Yes.
And so as I continued with God, that's where then I'll observe, you know, my life.
Okay.
I observed different things. I observed circumstances, and I started writing, you know, codes. You know, just at first these codes were for me, just to get me by, day by day. You know, and I fell in love with writing. You know, from then.
Okay.
Yes.
So yibapho yini laba bathi balele besuzwa sikunamagama so ngithi nabantu baculayo bazothi, you know, I was sleeping and God, this song came to me. How does it come? Kufikela nini ukubhala? Is there a specific time or?
With me, there's no specific time. As I'm saying, you know, I'm an observer.
All right.
Basically, I can observe almost everything. Yes. I observe almost everything, you know, from the wind blowing, you know, shaking trees, to the water flowing, you know, overcoming rocks, and so on, and the tree being shaken but yet never breaking down. You know, I observe and sort of take that and apply it in real life situation, you know, to say if a tree, for example, that can survive the boisterous winds and remain standing after the wind had passed, that tree will not be broken by anything. So something like that, you know. So mostly my inspiration comes from observing circumstances, experience wise. My own pain has taught me a lot, and I wrote a lot also. In as far as my pain is concerned, because there's also a book that I'm writing is called A Diary of a Golden Child.
Wow.
So it's got to do with my life and experiences.
Nice.
You see,
nice.
so that's where I learn and that's where I find inspiration. In conflict, I find inspiration. In rejection, I find inspiration. When I'm very happy, I try to find out what is it that really makes me so happy, and then from there I'll find something and really put it down.
Wow.
Yes.
As it is manje esandleni sami mntana sekhaya ngiphethe la incwadi ngesizulu kungasekuthi ngiyadelela ngizothi incwajana ngoba incane, it's not the normal book size. So ngiphethe la incwajana mntana sekhaya ithi keep going, ithi 180 nuggets of wisdom to keep you on a success path. Care to say that just in 2 words ubuthini la?
You see, people have different takes to success, but for me, I believe that if you had been at point A, where you had nothing, not even a cent, you know, in your purse, and you go to point B where you find yourself having 10 rand, that in itself is success. So in other words, if you find yourself being able to do something that you're not able to do yesterday, that in itself is success. So here what we are giving people is 180 nuggets to keep them on that success path. Not only to keep them there, but also to be able to notice that indeed I've been successful. Because I think so many of us are successful, but we don't see it because of the way we define success. So that's basically what the book is about. So the nuggets are about that, yes.
And ama quotes, ne?
And ama quotes, yes.
Ngaphambi kokuthi ke sivalelise ngenxa yesikhathi, uzibona kwenzakalani empilweni yakho? 5 years to come?
As it is now, I'm going.
You're going.
So
keep going.
That is the standard.
Okay.
We stop, we die. So there's a lot of things
nice.
that I'm currently busy doing. And I'm working also with young people. There's young people that I'm working closely with, because also as by profession, you know, I'm a teacher.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm working at a school here around Wheatbank, Ilanga Secondary School, to be specific. So I'm working with young people. I'm looking to raise leaders. You know, I think the problem that we have with young people is that they tend to think that it's impossible. So my life story, because I share with them a lot, is saying to them, listen, if Mr. Keep Going can make it and end up Mr. Keep Going, who is in EMalahleni FM today being interviewed, every young person out there, irrespective of what they're going through, they can do it. So in 5 years' time, you know, I see myself as somebody whom the young people specifically actually will be able to look up to and say, we know that it's possible because he has made it. You know, Mr. Keep Going is out there. He has made it against all odds. Yes.
Ngiyabonga ukuthi sobafakile abantu abasha, because bekuzoba umbuzo wami wokugcina ukuthi sibabeka kuphi, you know, your last message to them in one word. Who is Mr. Keep Going? One word. Uthisha ke wena ngizokahle mangithi one word.
Mr. Keep Going is the force.
One word.
Force.
Awesome. Awesome. Keep going. It was nice to have you.
The books, you know, I'm on social media. You can go to Moeketsi Mazibuko. Social media, you'll find me there. You can go to Moeketsi, the Force of Inspiration is my page. Or you can go to FWC, Fountain of Wellness Consulting. It's also another page. Or you can inbox me anywhere on social media, and then you get all of our products that we have. Yes.
Keep going.
Keep going. That is the standard.
Yes. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. O'Connor, the controversial pastor, he's already in the building. Stay tuned to get more inspired. Sunday praise gele siyamdumisa uNkulunkulu, siyamthanda uNkulunkulu la kwa Sunday praise. Mr. Keep Going is now going. Redeemed uthi Alpha and Omega.